Right now on Up with KREM, Washington drivers might have to start paying based on how far they go. This morning, a look at the proposed pay-per-mile system.
A chance of snow tonight. We will have all you need to know coming up next.
I was able to get to her fast enough and everything turned out okay.
A mother's split-second decision to save her child from a burning car. This morning, in a KREM 2 exclusive, we hear about those tense moments on the side of the road.
Up with KREM begins now.
Hi everyone, good morning. It's so good to see you here on Up with KREM on this Friday Eve. We're glad you're here with us. I'm Tim Pham. We also want to welcome you in if you're streaming us on KREM 2+. This morning we do have Regan Gallo in for meteorologist Thomas Patrick this morning. And Regan, it is a bit chilly and cold outside this morning.
So chilly and cold. We have seen frost outside in the parking lot, and that's going to continue until it warms up. But it's really not warming up much. Right now it's 28 degrees outside, and I think the high today is going to be like 32 in the area. So truly, we are just going to be around freezing temperatures. Right now outside, I wanted you guys to see the larger region. Moses Lake at 32, Spokane 28, Coeur d'Alene 29, and Sandpoint at 23. So just be prepared for cold, and more cold.
Here's a live look at the traffic impact this morning in Spokane Valley. We're taking a live look at I-90 and Arthur right now, where you could see traffic volume picking up just a tad here in the 6 o'clock hour. But right now, there's no major crashes or accidents that are going to slow you down on your morning commute right now. We'll keep a close eye on the situation and let you know if anything changes. On Up with KREM, we do bring you weather and traffic together every 30 minutes. Let's get now to breaking news at 6:02. The Spokane Police Department asking for help finding a missing child. We want to show you her picture here. This is a 12-year-old Kiasu Abuki, who may also go by the name Jessica. She went missing after not coming home from school yesterday. She lives in the Hilliard area of Spokane and is described as a black female who has black hair, usually worn in a bun with 2 braids in front. She is 5'6" and was last seen wearing a black sweater. She also has glasses but does not always wear them. If you see her or know her whereabouts, you are asked to call Crime Check. That number is on your screen. This morning, we are getting you answers about the city employees who received layoff notices earlier this year. Fewer people will be let go in part because of the passage of the community safety sales tax. A city spokesperson tells KREM 2 they originally issued 29 layoff notices, telling their workers their position could be cut. Now, only 3 positions are being eliminated because of the new sales tax. The terminated positions include an IT role, a civilian police planner, and a civilian network administrator in the Spokane Fire Department. This all comes as the city faces a $50 million deficit. In North Idaho, the Coeur d'Alene School District is laying out their plans for their $25 million levy fund. School officials say mental health resources like risk assessment, suicide prevention, and in-school therapy could have been severely impacted if the levy wasn't passed. However, now the district can continue to run all programs and resources for their more than 9,000 students. Looking ahead, the district says they plan on presenting a levy resolution to the state legislature to change the frequency of levies as requested by voters.
In Idaho, you have an option to run a levy for 1 year or 2 years or forever. And we've also heard from our community that forever is kind of a long time.
The superintendent says he hopes with a potential 4 to 6 year levy, it will remove voter fatigue for both staff and the community. This morning, we're keeping an eye on your money. Some Washington homeowners could get almost $850 from the state. This is a result of a multi-state resolution with NationStar, one of the country's largest mortgage services. Yesterday, Washington State Attorney General Bob Ferguson and the Washington State Department of Financial Institutions announced more than 1,500 Washingtonians can claim their share. Those eligible can expect to receive a payment of either $250 or $840. Claims must be submitted by March 3rd of 2025. You can find more information on KREM.com. Right now, a federal appeals court is considering arguments against Idaho's abortion laws. In Idaho, abortions are only legal in cases of rape or incest in the first trimester with a police report or to save the mother's life. The Idaho State Director for Planned Parenthood Alliance Advocates says many are confused with the state's laws. St. Luke's Health System wrote to the U.S. Supreme Court saying they could face trouble with Idaho following the federal law known as EMTALA, which requires medical treatment in emergencies. Idaho's Attorney General supports the state regulation, saying in part Idaho's law is perfectly consistent with EMTALA, which provides explicit protections for unborn children in 4 separate places. Washington State may start charging some drivers for every mile they drive. Currently, the state relies on a gas tax to pay for roads, but as cars become more fuel efficient, state legislators are considering a pay-per-mile system. In January, legislators will sponsor a bill to start the state's transition away from the gas tax to a road usage charge, allowing electric vehicle owners the option of paying for every mile they drive in exchange for licensing fees EV drivers currently pay.
The inevitable is starting to happen, which is that the revenues are suffering.
People are afraid that we're going to have both the gas tax in place and this new road usage charge.
4 states have some version of this already in effect for EV or hybrid vehicle owners. Oregon was the first to do it, but more than 40 states are studying the idea because so many states rely on gas taxes. Happening this weekend, the Manitou Holiday Lights will light up Dunkin' Gardens starting on Saturday. Today, Up with KREM's Brandon T. Jones is giving you a sneak peek, so let's get right to Brandon live at Manitou this morning. Brandon, tell us more about what people can expect this weekend because it'll look different compared to the last couple of years.
All right, let me just go ahead and set the scene for you. I mean, you've got all of these beautiful lights back here. Maybe you bring yourself a good hot beverage or something along those lines, and you're walking through Dunkin' Gardens and you're singing with your family because that's the time of the year. This is what you do, right? So you're singing, I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Only a hippopotamus will do, you know. I don't want anything else. But let me step out of the way so we can get some zoom in action on all of these beautiful lights. This is what I'm talking about. This is my favorite time of the year. So excuse me if I get a little bit too excited, but it's hard not to when you're in a beautiful garden, a beautiful park. And you know, this is the first year that these Manitou lights have switched over to just being here in the Dunkin' Garden area. So this is going to help avoid all of the clogging, you know, because it used to be a drive-through type of situation. Of course, it started in the pandemic, and it was just a good resource to help people, you know, kind of just put a smile on your face. It was such a long year, but this year it'll be walking and just being able to take it all in. Lights will officially flip on at 4:30 this Saturday, and you can see the lights until December 22nd. To come and see the lights, that's going to be free, but there also is a couple of options for some hot food, some hot drinks, things to help keep you busy and happy and, you know, just in that Christmas spirit when you come out here to Manitou Park. But as you can see, I'm loving it, and I'm happy just to be able to get a good little sneak peek before things officially kick off on Saturday. But for now, reporting here at Manitou Park, Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.
That voice, oh my goodness, angelic, I guess. It's time for your wake-up call. Did you know today is National Poinsettia and Gingerbread House Day? People say poinsettia very differently, so it kind of tripped me up. This morning, though, we're going full throttle on all the holiday cheer. We want to see all of it. You can send in holiday pictures, your Christmas cards, maybe your lights, your gingerbread houses, cookies, ugly sweaters, all of it. Or you can send in your song request to ask Brandon what he should sing next. How about that? You can text us at 509-448-2000 or use the hashtag #UpWithKREM on social media. Regan, speaking of Christmas music, what is your favorite song?
Oh, I don't know. Well, I'm a big White Christmas fan, that movie. So anything from that old time movie, that's what I like. But getting into the winter spirit and the holiday spirit like Brandon T. Jones, he was hyping me up. Now I gotta go. So what is the cold looking like as we get to Manitou Lights this weekend, but also today? Well, the next 12 hours, it's gonna be cold with possibly a high of 35 by 6 p.m. tonight. And because that fog is lifting, we will actually see some colder temperatures with a chance of snow. So just so you can see here, by 12:45, we can get some snow in central Washington, and that's gonna move over to us throughout the day and tomorrow.
Don't forget, KSKN 22 is your spot to watch Kraken hockey. Today, the Kraken will be taking on the Boston Bruins. Catch the free game tonight at 6:30 only on KSKN 22.
I'm so thankful for people coming to help us.
A local mother diving into a burning car to save her child. In the next 3 minutes, the story you will only see on KREM 2 News.